All right, you guys are back, so am I. We're gonna finish up science for this week. It's a short week. We're still on chapter 1 of science. We're only gonna do one chapter a week. Actually, that's pretty good. That's pretty fast because the other science we were doing, I think it would take us a whole month to do a chapter. This book is, the chapters are very small. So we have 2 questions left. Actually, let me see. Yes, we have 2 questions left on the 3rd page of your science handouts. The top, it says, the world of animals. It says, today we will read Genesis chapter 1. I will read aloud on the video while you follow me in your Bible. So if you have a Bible, go ahead and pull that out and go to Genesis chapter 1. We're going to read the entire chapter. And after we read the first chapter of Genesis, then we will reason together to answer the following questions. Okay, and I forgot to bring my Bible with me. Give me just a second. Okay, so if you don't have your Bible yet, go ahead and pause the video, go get your Bible, and then we're going to read chapter 1 of Genesis. And I have the NI, which is a New International Reader's Version. So it's easier to follow for you guys. But if you can't find your Bible, just listen very carefully. It's going to take me just about 5 minutes to read it, okay? Genesis chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth didn't have any shape, and it was empty, and there was darkness over the surface of the waves. At that time, the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good. He separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and he called the darkness night. There was evening and there was morning. It was day 1. God said, "Let there be a huge space between the waters. Let it be separate, water from water." And that's exactly what happened. God made the huge space between the waters. He separated the water under the space from the water above it. God called the huge space sky. There was evening and then there was morning, and it was day 2. God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered into one place, and let dry ground appear." And that's exactly what happened. God called the dry ground land. He called all the water that was gathered together seas, and God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land produce plants. Let them produce their own seeds, and let there be trees on the land that grow fruit with seeds in it. Let each kind of plant or tree have its own kind of seeds." What that means is every kind of fruit or plant or flower produces seeds that will grow the same kind of fruit. Okay? And that's exactly what happened. Each kind of plant had its own kind of seed, and the land produced trees that grew fruit and seeds in it. Each kind of tree had its own kind of seeds. God saw that it was good. There was evening and then there was morning, and it was day 3. God said, "Let there be lights in the huge space of the sky. Let them separate the day from the night, and let the lights set the times for the holy celebrations, and the days and the years. Let them be lights in the huge space of the sky, and give light to the earth." And that's exactly what happened. God made 2 great lights. He made the larger light to rule over the day, and the smaller light to rule over the night. He also made the stars. God put the lights in the huge space of the sky to give light to the earth. He put them there to rule over the day and the night. He put them there to separate light from darkness. God saw that it was good. There was evening and then there was morning, and it was day 4. So we start with Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That was like a Wednesday. God said, "Let the seas be filled with living things. Let birds fly above the earth across a huge space of the sky." So God created the great sea creatures, He created every kind of living thing that fills the sea and moves in them. He created every kind of bird that flies. God saw that it was good, and he blessed them. He said, have little ones so that there will be many of you. Fill the water in the sea. Let there be more and more birds on the earth. There was evening and there was morning. It was day 5. So what did God make on day 5? He made the birds and the fish. Okay, fish would include all the sea creatures, not just fish. Okay. God said, let the land produce every kind of living creature. Let there be livestock, creatures that move along the ground, and wild animals. And that's exactly what happened. God made every kind of wild animal. He made every kind of livestock. He made every kind of creature that moves along the ground. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, let us make human beings so that they are like us. Let them rule over the fish in the seas and the birds of the sky. Let them rule over the livestock and all the wild animals. And let them rule over all the creatures that move along the ground. So God created human beings in his own likeness. He created them to be like himself. He created them as male and female. God blessed them, and he said to them, have children so that there will be many of you. Fill the earth and bring it under your control. Rule over the fish in the seas and the birds in the sky, and rule over every living creature that moves along the ground. Then God said, I am giving you every plant on the face of the whole earth that produces its own seeds. I'm giving it to you, every tree that has fruit with seeds in it, and all of them will be given to you for food. I am giving every green plant as food for all the land animals and for all the birds in the sky, and I'm also giving the plants to all the creatures that move along the ground. I'm giving them to every living thing that breathes, and that's exactly what happened. God saw everything that he had made, and it was very good. There was evening, and then there was morning, and it was day 6. So the heavens and the earth and everything in them were completed. By the 7th day, God had finished the work he had been doing. So on that day, he rested from all his work, all the work that he was doing. So on that day, he rested from all his work, and God blessed the 7th day and made it holy. He blessed it because on that day, he rested from all the work that he had done. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I went past chapter 1. I went a little bit into chapter 2. Anyways, okay, so we read chapter 1 about the creation, okay? And so if you go back to your paper, the one that looks like this, I've got my answers on it, so let me show you a blank one. It looks like this. It's the 3rd page of your science paper. It says, when did God create the different kinds of animals? Okay, so Brielle, Anna, Elizabeth, Josias, Josue, Levi, Alex, Nathan, William, and David. Were you guys paying attention? What day did God create the animals? Well, he created the animals on 2 separate days. Okay, it wasn't day 1, day 2, or day 3, or 4. In Genesis, it says that he created the fish and the birds on what day? Anybody remember? It was on the 5th day. He said, God said, let the seas be filled with living things, let the birds fly across the huge space of the sky. And if you keep going down a couple of more verses, there was evening and there was morning, and it was day 5. So God created the birds and the fish on day 5. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn my camera over to where I've already written the answer for you. Those of you who were with me last year, I want you to try to write that in your own words. What I have on the board is for the new students that came in from beginner class, which is David, William, Nathan, and Josias. The first year I helped them write the answers for them, and I'm going to be teaching them throughout the year how to form their own sentences. So the 4 of you, I wrote 2 sentences on the board. If it's too much for you, go ahead and just try writing 1 sentence, okay? So I'm going to turn it, and Let me see, hold on just a minute. Let me adjust my camera here. I'm sorry for making you dizzy. Okay, let me see. So, please let me know, text me and tell me if my videos are not very clear. I'm not good at filmmaking. It says on day 5, God created fish and birds. And I don't know if you can see that on the video, but there's a period here, which I'm going to make a little bit larger so you can see it. There's a period here. And there's one here. There's 2 sentences. We always begin our sentence with the uppercase O and then the uppercase O here. That's the beginning of a sentence. So, on day 5, God created fish and birds. On day 6, He created land animals. Okay? So, I'm going to leave the camera there for you in a bit. If you're able to pause it, go ahead and pause it and write it, because I'm not going to leave it for very long. We're going to answer the next question. And the video's already gotten a little bit long, and it takes a long time to upload it when the video's too long. Okay, so I hope you were able to pause that and write it, because now we're going to go on to the next question. How is man different from animals? Do you know this? It's not in Genesis 1, and it was not in our chapter 1, but from your own reasoning, how are animals different from human beings? Are you able to figure that out? For one thing, your parents teach you right from wrong. That means you're able to tell what's right from wrong. But a lot of times, if you have a pet, sometimes you can't teach them right from wrong. Some animals you can teach them what to do, but they don't know if it's right or wrong. They just know what to do. For example, you can potty train your dog. You can teach him to pee outside, but he doesn't know that's right or wrong. He just knows that's what he has to do, okay? So humans have a conscience so that they can tell right from wrong. Remember last year we were reading Pinocchio? And his conscience kept telling him not to do things that he knew he wasn't supposed to do, but the temptation always overtook him, and he ended up doing what he wasn't supposed to do, but he knew that it was wrong, okay? Animals act on instinct. We don't. People have a spirit so they can have a relationship with God. Animals don't have a spirit. Only humans are born with a spirit. We have a spirit, and we have the hope of salvation because Jesus died for us, that we may be saved. Okay, so I'm going to move my camera to the next answer. Okay, let me move it up a little bit. Sorry for making you dizzy. Okay, so Josias, Nathan, David, and William. If this is too much for you, just go ahead and write one sentence, which ends right here. Okay? You're welcome to write more if you can, but in the beginning of the school year, I don't expect you to write so much. By the end of the school year, you will be writing this much, okay? I know the first 3 months of school, it takes a while to get your hand used to writing so much. The rest of the class are able to write this much, so I expect you to write at least 2 sentences, okay? Humans have a conscience to tell right from wrong. People have a spirit to have a relationship with God, okay? So I'm not going to keep the camera rolling, so please pause your video so you can write your answer, okay? And the next video will be up. I'm going to upload it early so you don't get them too late on Monday. It'll be up hopefully by Sunday, so they'll be ready by Monday morning. So even though it's up, I'm not expecting you to do schoolwork on a weekend. I just want to get them up early so you don't get them too late on Monday. Okay? You guys have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.